The program described in this lesson uses the image loader class created in the previous lesson to load a graphics file and display it in a window. Once the image is loaded, the method for displaying it is quite straightforward. All you need is your graphics object. The display class extends the frame class and is much the same as previous programs that extended the frame class. One difference here is that in the main method, the name of the file to be displayed is read from the command line. First, the count of the number of arguments on the command line is tested to make sure that it's exactly 1. This program only knows how to deal with one thing on the command line, and that one thing must be the name of a file. Now, the file could actually be a JPEG, GIF, or a PNG. Any one of those three can be loaded and displayed. By the way, Java doesn't pay any attention to the suffix on the file name. Java looks at the content of the file itself to determine the type. So you can name it anything you like, but it must be one of the three, a JPEG, a GIF, or a PNG. A new display object is created here, and the file name from the command line is passed to the constructor. This is the constructor that accepts the file name, and this is the line that creates a new display canvas object using the file name passed to the constructor. This is the display canvas class. It is a display canvas that loads an image from disk and displays it. It only has one constructor, and that constructor requires the name of the file. A new image loader object is constructed, and the method is called to read the file and convert its contents into a memory-resident object. The height and width of the loaded image file is retrieved, and the window is set to the correct size to display it. At this point, to make the program a bit more robust, you'll probably want to check to see whether either the width or the height is 0. This happens if the file was either empty or did not exist. As this program is now written, it will display a 0-sized window, and that's okay with me, but an image object is always returned from the loader even if there was no image on disk under the name specified. The paint method calls the method drawImage of the graphics object to paint the image into the window. It's sort of like drawing a rectangular shape on the window. You specify the image object and then the XY coordinates of the upper left-hand corner to position it in the window. In this example, we made the window the same size as the image, so displaying it in the far upper left-hand corner will just fill the window. The this argument passes a reference to the current object, which is the display canvas object. What is needed here is an image observer object, and every component is also an image observer object. This all has to do with a situation where an image being displayed is not yet finished loading, but we aren't dealing with that here, so we can ignore that situation. In fact, if you aren't going to be using the information, you could just as well pass null instead of this. The keyword null is a special reference that has no value. That is, it's not the address of anything and is recognized as such inside this method, so if you pass null instead of this, it's just ignored and everything proceeds normally. Let's compile this and see if it works. Along with the example programs, I have provided a public domain JPEG file. You can find lots of these on the NASA website. There's Mars, as seen by the Hubble telescope on the day that Mars was closest to Earth. I have converted one of the NASA files to a PNG file, and it can be displayed by the same command. Whenever I see this picture, I want to grab a hold so I don't fall off. In the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to write a program that will load and display an image from somewhere on the internet.